Here is a quick playthrough guide for the new treasure map vs Akainu. For more team building discussion and replacement options, check out my preparation guide, link for which will be in the description and the pinned comment. Versus Coby, we are going to use Pirate King Adventures Roger as our captain with a friend captain Luffy Yamato. And if you are using Luffy Yamato as well as a friend captain, you do not need Hina or any other unit to provide damage reduction to survive Coby's after defeat hit, simply enough because Luffy and Yamato can provide it with their special. If you want to use double Roger though, you need someone to provide damage reduction. Luffy Yamato's captain ability does not remove bind because of despair, so we need the triple special activation of Roger and maximum bind sockets to remove it completely from everyone. Roger also provides a boost in base attack, and then we activate Limb to remove despair alongside maximum despair sockets, get chain boundaries to of course deal with the chain debuff, and give everyone else their special back. Then you want to super swap or simple swap Yamato to Luffy, and then you will get more damage when you activate his special and the damage reduction. Finally, you can also activate Hina for a bit extra damage or any other damage booster you want, and then you attack Coby, survive the after defeat damage and clear. Versus Garp, we have a quest tailor-made for the new super evolution of V2 Big Mom. Have in mind though, her super swap is not immediately getting maxed, so in stage 2 you want to swap both of your captains to have the super swap ready and then clear it as soon as possible. We want double super swap, so in the final stage we can completely deal with paralysis. Other than Big Mom, the only other necessary unit in the team is someone to deal with block slots and make them matching. In my case, treasure map Who's Who. So we activate him first, we get a full board of matching slots, and now by super swapping both of our captains, we can get a Wano slot on them, of course also an attack boost, an ore boost and paralysis removal, and with their specials we deal with the chain debuff and we get more damage. You can also activate other damage boosters, like Shiryu if you want for a color affinity boost, but earlier on that is not necessary. So you just attack Garp now and defeat him. Versus Kizaru, we are going to use double Carrot Wanda as captain, entering on Wanda, so we can super swap to Carrot who has color advantage in the final stage. This team has a lot of different replacement options, definitely check the preparation guide out for that, it will help you if you need any replacements. But in the final stage we want to super swap both of our captains and activate their specials. That way we completely deal with despair and we also get a very good attack boost and ore boost for everyone. Then treasure map Moria's special will reduce the barrier and remove the defense up completely. Then anniversary rare recruit Jinbe removes the barrier completely. Then anniversary rare recruit Brook will provide us with a color affinity boost, not something necessary. And finally, if we maintain a Wano slot on Frankie, he will provide the full board of Wano slots and the chain boost, also not necessary early, but can help with damage later. Versus Aokiji, we are going to use double Albert as captain. You do not need him as your captain, you do need him as your friend captain though, that is necessary, and then you can use the free-to-play Kaido as your captain. What we want to do first is activate the super type of our friend captain to get a Wano slot on him, and then his special. He will give everyone their specials back, remove special bind, give us a chain boost and a full board of Wano slots. Aokiji then will activate his interruption, removing our multiplicative chain boost and binding our captains. If you have double Albert, he resists it, if not, you need a bind remover, like Treasure Map Legend Blackbeard, to free your own captain. The int rare recruit page 1 I have here would also work alongside sockets, and we want after that to activate Kaido to get an attack boost and an ore boost, and if you have double Albert, also activate his special and super type again to gain tons of damage to beat Aokiji. Of course that is overkill, you do not need double Albert, the damage from everyone else would definitely be enough. Versus the main boss, Sengoku, we are going to use Bon Clay as our captain, but you can literally use anyone else you want here, someone that can provide you with a bit of damage boosting in the final stage, like Luffy Yamato if you are not using them in the first team, or worst case scenario, if you don't have someone for better damage or a better multiplier, you can use 5+ Sai free-to-play Luffy. We need a friend captain versus Blackbeard though, and we also need to enter on Bartolomeo from Bartolomeo Cavendish. In stage 2 versus Sengoku, we are going to activate Colosseum Hody Jones, who resists and removes special bind from everyone else. Then we want to activate versus Blackbeard's special for the full board of matching slots and also his 3-turn boosting with a base attack boost and an orb boost. Then raid Summer Jinbe once to reduce damage reduction, and Sai free-to-play Frankie will completely deal with damage reduction. After that, he will also provide us with a color affinity boost, which won't really be helpful, and then you attack based on color advantage and with your dex units easily beat Sengoku here to proceed. Have in mind, we won't be able to activate Blackbeard's versus ability before Frankie like I thought, because it is simply not getting maxed out. So it's fine, we are not going to get the color affinity boost, we can still deal with everything, we have lots of damage. Versus Sengoku's final form though, we want to activate the second special of Jinbe to reduce the opponent's defense to 0 and make all of the paralysis slots into matching. So we need his double special activation. Then we super swap Bartolomeo to Cavendish and activate him to remove threshold, gain threshold to survive the end of turn damage, and give himself and Blackbeard an attack boost. Finally, you can activate your captain if you want, or don't, doesn't really matter if it is Sai free-to-play Luffy for example. Here I turned Bone Clay to Dex for more damage, you can also activate his super type. It's not important though because Blackbeard as captain made the despair Sengoku provided us into a chain boost anyway. Blackbeard's versus ability is also not important to activate, so now we attack based on color advantage and easily defeat the main boss of the treasure map. Versus the Intrusion battle and Akainu, I am going to use Albert as my captain. As a replacement, Sai 5 plus super type free-to-play Luffy absolutely works, you can use him, but of course you will have less damage in the final stage. The important part is that you use a versus Whitebeard as a friend captain, and also an attack down reducing support for at least 2 turns. I specifically use Rare Recruit Dex page 1 on our Kaido here. In stage 2, because of Whitebeard, we resist Despair and Blow Away, and you want to super swap Carrot to Wanda and also activate them to get an attack boost for everyone, an orb boost for everyone, and give everyone their specials back. Then you want to activate the special of versus Whitebeard to deal with the Pacifistas in the back row and to also get chain boundaries for 3 turns. By the way, if you are wondering how do I have Wano slots, it is because Treasure Map Rare Recruit Uruz makes all of our slots into RCV at the start of the quest, and King Captain makes them all Wano. If based on my preparation guide though you make replacements and you don't have Uruz or King, it's fine because in stage 2 Whitebeard will give you TNT slots anyway. In the final stage now, because of Whitebeard's special activation in the previous turn, we have chain boundaries to deal with the chain debuff, and he can also remove the stun from our middle row units. Page 1 also activates as support to reduce attack down for 2 turns, and then we want the double special activation of Summer Raid Jinbe. He will reduce Akainu's defense to 0 because there is no immunity, he will remove damage reduction and give us a conditional attack boost. Then we want to activate Treasure Map Rare Recruit Uruz for an orb boost, but more importantly to remove attack down. Another attack down remover would work here essentially instead of Uruz. And have in mind, you can reactivate Carrot Wanda for the orb boost anyway. Then we activate Kaido to get an attack boost, so after him we can activate King and get everything out of his kit. A multiplicative and additive chain boost, super type, a full board of guaranteed Wano slots, and of course a chain boost and a chain growth boost. Then we attack based on color advantage ending on Whitebeard for lots of damage and to defeat Akainu. Be very careful with something. If you decide to actually replace King with 5+ free-to-play Luffy though, you still need to deal with block slots in the final stage. So either follow the easy path, if you have limited rare recruit support Brule, attach her on Luffy to get the full board of matching slots. If you don't, then keep Whitebeard's special for the final stage to manipulate the block slots, make certain you have Raid Jinbe in the bottom row so he can be the one to reduce your HP and free you from stun, and then try to get better slots by activating both the special and the super type of Luffy in stage number 2, instead of Whitebeard. But that is pretty much everything I had to say for Treasure Map vs Akainu, and that was my quick playthrough guide. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.